Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and you're watching Gadget Match. Welcome to another live unboxing. I know a lot of you are still excited because Samsung just announced two new smartphones, a new watch, and a new pair of buds. Today, I have...
Hi, I'm Michael Josh,
and I have the Galaxy Z Flip3 5G right here, and we're going to go ahead with an unboxing. As if you haven't joined any of our live unboxings before, this is a little bit less polished than, say, a regular Gadget Match video, but we are doing this so that we can get the video out as soon as we can, but also to have you along for the ride because I haven't opened up the box, and I would love for you to experience this with me. Before we begin, I would love to just say hello to a couple of folks who are watching today. I see from all around the world, I see India and Bangladesh very quickly. But if you have any questions, the Gadget Match team is also on the chat. And if you have any questions, things that you'd like to see in particular, let me know via the chat, and I will get to some of them. Let me know what your name is, let me know where you're from, and what features you're most excited about. Let me quickly, I'm my own switcher today, so I'm going to quickly switch to the camera so that you see the phone that we are about to unbox today. Here is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip3 5G. And I don't know if you notice, but this color over here is basically the color that you have, that we're going to get inside. So if you have any guesses, it's not white, but it's actually cream. Alrighty, let's go ahead and open this up. And there you have it. It's unfolded, still wrapped in plastic. And then if you turn it around, you'll see we did get the cream. By the way, Chai, my producer, it's her birthday today, so happy birthday, Chai. And when I asked her what color she wanted, she said she wanted cream. And so we got cream. Notice that it's a two-tone design this year. So the cover screen is black, and it's going to be black on all models. And you have a kind of a glossy back. We'll take a look later, unless you get the black Z Flip 3, which has a matte black. All right, let's see what else is in the box. Notice the box is very thin, so there's not a lot in here in terms of unboxing experiences. Let's see what else is in here. There's an info packet. You get a SIM ejector tool. And then if we open this up, you get a USB-C to USB-C cable in black. I have a SIM card, but that's because it came from Samsung. And then you have a quick start guide. So that's all you really get in the box. Quick start guide and a USB-C to USB-C cable. Apart from that, it's the phone. So let's put the box away. And let's peel off this plastic. There's an arrow here, so just peel like so. No, that's not how it works, does it? Because it's gonna, let me just pull this. Nice. So notice the finish of this phone is glossy, but it doesn't pick up smudges as easily as, say, this is my old Z Flip. And notice immediately you can see from the reflection that there's already smudges there. Even if this is glossy, it doesn't really pick up that many smudges, which is a good thing. Now, if the screen is pretty much the same, the hinge mechanism is very similar. They've made it smaller, but there still is a crease, and it's noticeable out of the box. But I will say that it does feel less rounded than this model. The back is flat, there's a flat glass, and you can see there are curves over here on the back of the original Z Flip. And then when we fold it shut, you'll notice too that it's no longer, the hinge is no longer glossy, and the sides are no longer glossy as well. So it's more of a matte finish that kind of matches the color of the phone that you're getting. So mine is a bit creamy, a bit silvery, and it's matte compared to what you have here. Now, in terms of buttons and port placements, you have a power button over here and a volume rocker. I believe this might be the 5G antenna. This is the first phone to support ultra wideband, apart from sub 6. So I believe it will also, there will be a Verizon announcement as well. And then you have the SIM card slot, which basically has room for one nano SIM and one eSIM. But the biggest news is the size of the cover display. This was the front-facing display of the original Flip. And this whole thing here is the cover display of the new Galaxy Z Flip3 5G. I'm going to set this up. Let's see if what I can do on camera without having to show you all my details. And then I will run through some of the highlights, pricing, and availability information. And then I guess at this point I can also take a look at some of the questions while this starts up as well. Let me go ahead and switch to me so that you can see me for a bit, and let me see if I can read some of your questions while the phone starts up. Lenny Nero says, at least it's not as shiny. Yeah, I kind of like the fact that it's not as shiny. My original Z Flip, I immediately had to get these leather cases from Samsung just so that I could kind of cover it up. But of course, you kind of cover up that really beautiful purple finish. If you haven't seen, if you'd like a hands-on video, we have already posted one on our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/GadgetMatch. You're probably subscribed if you're watching right now. If not, head over to our channel, and we already have a hands-on video there. We'll show you all the colors. I think if I were to choose, I kind of like the green color the most this year, but it's available in cream, in green, in black. I know there's a color I'm forgetting, and if you go on Samsung.com, they also have exclusive colors available if you order, I think, white and pink, and there's another color, I think silver, if you go to Samsung.com. Calvin Wu says, love from Malaysia. P. Robert says, RIP headphones. Yeah, no headphones in the box, no charger in the box. You only get the cable, and you only get the quick start guide and the SIM ejector tool. So not a lot of accessories available. That said, if you go check out the my hands-on video, you should definitely check out the accessories, because last year they only sold, I believe, this, possibly a clear case. I'm not really sure, but they have a lot of nice kind of funky, trendy cases. One has a ring on its back, and the other one has like a little, like a belt almost, where you can put your hand through so that you can kind of hold your phone more securely when you're walking down the road. There's a hello from Korea. And I'm curious to know what your thoughts on this. Like, I don't know your name because I can't read Korean. Gohan is asking, should I get the Buds 2 over the Buds Pro? I'm not going to answer the video here because I already have a review video of the Galaxy Buds 2 where I give you a recommendation at the end of that video, so you should definitely check it out. We've already released 3 videos on our YouTube channel today, not including this one. This is the 4th. And by the way, just to tease you, we're going to do another live after this video, because I also have the Galaxy Z Fold 3. But this video is all about the Z Flip 3, and those are the questions that I am going to answer. Vaughn is asking, do the hinges feel a bit tough and sturdy compared to the older version? Now, Samsung says that they've used a different kind of aluminum. So that's armor aluminum, which is supposedly more sturdy. And the glass I don't know if you noticed, there is a screen protector, but underneath the screen protector is like a plastic layer that used to be, I believe, TPU. They're using a different kind of plastic now, which also makes it more stretchable and more durable. In terms of the hinge design, let me see. I don't know, it feels smoother, but I don't know if it's just because this is a brand new phone. But I do like the flat edges, Chai. I don't know if you do, but like I kind of like it flatter the way it is currently. Maybe I can pass this on and start setting it up while I answer some more of the questions. Do you think you could run through some of them? I wanted to show them the screen as I answer some of the questions. By the way, it's Chai's birthday, so if you haven't greeted her, send her a message. Are they dual SIM or one eSIM and one physical SIM? Correct me if I'm wrong, and I can double check for you right now, but I believe they are one eSIM and one physical nano SIM. But I can double check in a bit. Jack is asking, can I play with your Lego City? Sure, yeah, that's my Lego City in the background. This is my office, by the way, and I do all my live unboxings from my office, and it's also my playroom. How about vibration? I'm not sure what the question refers to. Maybe the haptic engine we can check out when we set up the phone. Is it still a different processor in the US from the rest of the world, and are you going to compare it soon? I usually don't compare Exynos versus Snapdragon processors. I have a lot of friends who do. I know Super Saf does, so you can definitely check out his channel if he does that video. To be honest, I haven't been briefed in other parts of the world. I know we do have the GadgetMatch team has pricing and availability information on GadgetMatch.com for the Philippines and Singapore. So Rodneil, if you're in the chat, I would love to know if the Philippine and Singapore versions of the Flip 3 also run Snapdragon 888, or are they running a 5nm Exynos processor? Abdullah asks, why are we getting very less videos? Come on, bring more videos back. Well, that's a really good question. I think I purposely took a mental health break over the last few months to take care of myself, but I'm feeling much better now, and as you can see, there are 3 videos out on the YouTube channel today, plus this one, plus another one on the watch. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming your way very shortly, but thank you for asking. Is the new model capable of 120 Hertz? That's a very good question. So here it is, the phone. Here it is. Let me try and get that in focus. And I don't know if you'll notice, because you probably can't with, we're not filming in 120 Hertz, but yes, it comes with a 120 Hertz panel on the Z Flip 3. Some of you guys might be wondering, why is this the Z Flip 3 when this was just the Z Flip? They did the Z Flip 5G, so I guess they're counting that as a Z Flip 2. And then this is the Z Flip 3. Also, I think it's also so that they can call one the Z Fold 3 and the other the Z Flip 3. And you know they're from the same generation. Vaughn wants to know, we would appreciate more thoughts about the hinges. Seriously considering the phone, but curious with the hinges. So Samsung actually hired a third-party company to kind of do testing. And what they are promising is 200,000 folds. I will try to give you more feedback on the hinge design of the Flip 3 and the Fold 3 when I've used them long enough. Definitely will be doing longer reviews coming on the channel very soon. But for now, it's really hard to kind of say. And the problem really reviewing a device like this is that even the display, you need to use it for a while, not just after your 1 week review period, to really know for sure how the display holds up. And so that would probably require like a long-term review. Is it the same size as the S21 Ultra, or at least the S21 Plus? Okay, so I'm going to probably get this box out of the way and then cut back to the other camera tray so that I can kind of show it to them. There you go, and I can switch back over here. All right, so this is the Z Flip 3, And this is where I'm reading questions on my Galaxy S21 Ultra. So maybe I can face it that way so they can kind of see better. But, so to answer your question, yes, it is kind of roughly the size of the S21 Ultra. Let me put it on top of each other. Yeah, not as wide, but very close in height and width, actually. So there, that's the answer to your question. And to the guy who asked about the refresh rate, well, it's not very obvious here, but it is 120 hertz, and it's adaptive. So let's go into display, and I believe motion smoothness is either 60 hertz or adaptive. Shai, let me see if I can kind of come closer for you. And you can help me out to get that on screen. There you go. So it's not fixed at 120 hertz, but out of the box, it is set to adaptive, which means it will adjust the refresh rate depending on what you're doing on your phone. Okay, there's a question on Facebook, but before that, I kind of want to show you the cover screen. So as you can see, the cover screen is much bigger now, and you can swipe, I believe. Do I have any widgets? I don't have any widgets set up yet, so I have to go into the phone and dive into settings. But there is a specific menu item for cover screen. And then you can pick a clock style, which is kind of cool. So I can go and maybe pick this monkey. I believe this is Zodiac. It kind of like switches between. So I'll do that to kind of show you what it looks like. And then you can also pick a background image if you want. And then let's set widgets. So right now there's controls for music. I can turn on weather, the next alarm, and timer. So let's go ahead and close it again. And now you'll see that if you click, there you go. If you tap on it, it'll come alive. And you should be able to swipe there. No music playing. That's the weather. It's still loading. And I don't know if you'll notice, they're like basically 4 lines of text. And you can kind of scroll up too. If you scroll to the right all the way, that's all your notifications there. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. And then you can swipe up for more. And then Samsung Pay is a swipe. Oh, let me go back to them. If you swipe up, you can use Samsung Pay. But I haven't set Samsung Pay up yet. And then if you swipe down, there are controls for volume and for brightness. So that's a large cover screen versus this tiny display right there on the original Z Flip. And then if you double press the power button, it'll switch to camera. So this is just a tutorial, but let me just follow the tutorial first. So we're in photo mode. You can see hi. And I can swipe down to switch from like ultra wide to wide. And then if I swipe to the left again, I can shoot in video mode, and Chai's waving over there. It's her birthday. Say hello to her, guys. So now you can also shoot videos using the front screen. You could shoot photos using the front screen of the Z Flip, but let's see. Try to turn that on. But take a look at that. How small that preview is. My whole face doesn't even fit. So that's not the entire shot. You kind of have to like just figure out where you are in the frame. This one I can fit the entire frame. So that's the good news about the cover screen on the Z Flip 3. And for me, that's probably the biggest update to the Z Flip 3. I'm going to go back and answer some of your questions. So there you go. Is auto call recorder? I'm not sure. I'll have to check if there's an auto call. If there's a call recorder, can you play some videos from the new speakers? Okay, we can do that. And I don't see much a reason to upgrade from my Note 10 Plus, but I do love the design. I think one of the biggest, apart from the new cover screen, which is larger and much more usable now, I think one of the biggest reasons to upgrade or to buy the Flip this year is that huge price bump. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Bear with me as I try to get you the slide. This is the pricing on the Z Flip 3. It's on the left. And the last Z Flip, the Z Flip 5G. Now we need to look at the 256GB models so that we can get the best comparison. But the Z Flip 3 256GB starts at $1,050. And the Z Flip 2, let's call it Z Flip 2, the Z Flip 5G went on sale at $1,499. So that's almost $450 of a price cut on the Z Flip. So Samsung has really brought down the price of the Z Flip 3 this year. So that's probably one of the big reasons to get it. If you're in the market for a flip phone and you felt like you couldn't afford it, you can now get one for under $1,000, and I think that's the big story here. The Z Flip is so cool. Yes, there's definitely a cool factor. I said this in my review video, but even if I use the Fold, I also own the original, the second gen Fold with a custom hinge. But I really do like the Flip because I just love being able to like flip it open and then flip it close and then stick it into my pocket. I feel cool, and I think this is probably the foldable form factor that really makes sense for me because it's not a big device, and when I use it, it's just basically like a regular candy bar phone. Oops, sorry about that. All right, Note at 20 Ultra is still a considerable option, knowing its price will probably go down. Yeah, Samsung has a lot of discounts going on, and so you could also definitely check out what they have on sale and what the prices are like. Or you could wait a little bit and wait till this one goes down a little bit more, maybe in time for the holidays. By the way, if you want to pre-order the phone, I'm going to put a link down below in this video. I would love it if you could follow that link to at least pre-order your Z Flip 3. In terms of dates, let me go ahead and give you that. I believe pre-orders start today, and they go on sale on August 27th. And if you order on Samsung.com, you get a $200 store credit. Yes, the GadgetMatch team is putting a link to the our Z Flip hands-on link. So after this video, you should definitely check it out. How does the photo video look when captured? When the phone is closed, it's the same camera. You're using the same camera, so it's going to look the same. This is your main camera. And if you'd like to see photo and video samples, you'll have to wait for our review, but make sure you follow me on Instagram because at Michael Josh and at GadgetMatch, because I will definitely be posting some sample photos there. Follow me on Twitter too if you want the full res sample photos. That's where I usually post sample photos, and over the course of the next few days as I move into this device and start using it, then I will be happy to kind of show you sample photos as I take them and give you my live thoughts as I review the device. Luisito says, the design looks better than the previous in my opinion. I agree with you. What chipset is used for the new Samsung Z Flip 3? Snapdragon 888. It comes with 8GB of RAM. Battery life is the same, and yeah, it's just updated. Would you consider to switch to the Z Flip 3 as your daily driver? I always use an iPhone and an Android phone, and for most of last year I basically switched between the Fold and the Flip. So I would definitely, for size purposes, I would definitely use the Z Flip. I know I have like 2 minutes left, and so if you have any questions, make sure to send them in as soon as possible. But I know someone asked to hear audio from the device, and that's a really good question because the Z Flip 2 now has a stereo speakers. I am going to maybe play a YouTube video right now and show you what that might sound like. So let's go to YouTube and let's go to let's go to GadgetMatch. All right, and Oh, there you go. The Z Flip 3 hands-on. A video in a video. And that's our live video right now. Let's play a video. Of course, there's ads. So we'll have to watch that. All right. Don't skip ads when you're watching a GadgetMatch video, because that's how I make money. I'm gonna probably mute this just in case I get demonetized. There you go. Skip. Okay, here you go, guys.
Your gadget matchmaker, helping you find the right device to match your needs. Last year, when Samsung unveiled the second iterations of its foldable phone lineup, I bought both of them, the Galaxy Z Flip and the Galaxy
All right, so
Fold.
that's how the audio sounds like. I will probably give you my analysis once I have finished with the review. Somebody's asking about the crease. The crease is about the same as last year's model, so the crease is going to be the same. However, and I will have to, maybe turn on the AC and have it not be so humid, but the screen with the new cover is supposed to be softer, but I know there's a screen protector on top. So I'll let you know how once I finish my reviews. Just going to quickly look. Okay, last question. Ray-Ban Recto, does it support 25 watt or 45 watt charging? I believe it supports 25 watt charging. I don't think Samsung phones of late support the 45 watt charging anymore. I think it was the S20 series that last did that. But I will double check and let you know in my review. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments section below, or send me a message on Instagram or Twitter. And what I'll do is I'll answer all of your questions in my review video coming very soon. I'm going to need to figure out what to do, because we have this phone, and then we have this phone, and then we have the watch, and then we have the buds. So there's going to be a lot of review videos coming your way soon. Let me know what you'd like to see, what comparisons you'd like to see as well. Guys, if you aren't subscribed to GadgetMatch, make sure you do so right now. Subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we post new videos. And on a busy day like this, where you have 3 to 4 to 5 videos, you'll get notified right away, because you don't want to be left out. Follow me on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun stuff. And as always, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, and if you're still up, if you're still awake, the next video will be the live unboxing of the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Stay tuned for that, but until then, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.